You know, there's quite a lot going on at Slime in the minute. A lot of battles on the horizon, yet we're still in the deliberation stage. We can't rush these things. Rimuru has known firsthand what it's like when you are underprepared. We lost quite a few good soldiers. But don't worry, they came back pretty quickly. But with Veldora in their midst, how's Rimuru going to use that to his advantage, especially against the Demon Lord Clayman? Let's find out. Please do. You know, you might need to scrape her off of the windows, but she really is the Aqua of this world. And with the warning of a great demon lord such as her, even her acknowledging his power. Yeah, get the bug spray. Put up some fly traps. Despite what... Actually, exactly what I was gonna... Despite how she looks... you know, all of them have seen quite a lot recently, and should any of them be all too surprised about someone claiming to be a demon lord? She hasn't heard, has she? One punch. Yeah. How long is that attitude of hers going to stick? Just carry her over to him. Let her continue to giggle to herself. Well, at least she's quiet now. And while having to be present, Veldora's not really listening, so reserved into the role of babysitting some of the more active demon lords. And, you know, out of everything, we still have all of the deliberations to be going on. We've still got the problem with Falmouth's kind of leadership problems, the war of the other demon lords and Clayman. What was going on with the Beast Kingdom demon lord? And can't forget the Holy Kingdom. Which problem is going to be dealt with first? Or is it going to be one of those things that kind of unfolds all at the same time? And with them all having a nice day out in this gazebo rather than inside the usual conference table. Huh. It's a good idea, you know, kind of putting all of the blame on Veldora, So, using the great dragon's power to write their own history and putting themselves as the good guys, so we stopped him. Yeah, how would they feel if you had Rimuru claiming to have destroyed all of the soldiers himself and then become a demon lord? Not many nations would sit still after hearing that. Not what he was saying. Is more of a... why was she embarrassed? Whatever that was. Yeah, sweep Rimuru's ascension under the rug slightly. We have the main stage, Veldora coming back. He doesn't care. They're best friends after all. You know, Rimuru himself has a lot to say, but not really much experience with being a ruler, as Gazelle has pointed out plenty of times. They all have no reservations about this. They're all ready to make the declaration to the world. And he's a bit unsure on this, though, isn't he? I mean, this kind of has just been thrust upon him. Oh yeah, of course it won't be willing, but they're not going to have a choice. The good thing is, Tempest will get a bunch of ill-gotten gains. Kingdom will be destabilised. Put him in there. Is his t-shirt, Rigurd's t-shirt, the wrong colour? Oh no, is he going to crack? Gazelle, testing his resolution. Using his standing as the king of a nation. True, he's not doing this to become a king. He can't betray that trust. The greatest reason to take up the mantle of a king. An extra reason why he can't fail as well. Does anyone else want to stand up and call him an idiot as well? The line will be pretty long. He has his reasons and his conviction. Oh, he's already made connections and a friend. Well, maybe not a friend. There are worse reasons. Oh yeah, he still technically follows Carrion, doesn't he? Let's have good trade between the different nations. He's not even in charge yet, and they're already making demands. That's good. So if you can get some of the nobles to agree to it without much, fight back, the nobles are always going to be an issue to deal with. And I don't really want to know if nobles of this world are any better or worse than some of the other stories we've seen. Okay. So, Copter, I know these talks might be a bit long, but at this point, is there much to hide between them all? Nothing stays secret for long. So we're setting up for Yorm to have an immediate backing straight away. Well, yeah, it was just the colour of his t-shirt. The kingdom has a ruler who can't afford to fail. Ah, it was him. Well, Rimuru does kind of set the environment for them to be able to have such casual talks and relax a little. Is there any reason to not place his trust in Rimuru? Humans are just as bad. Obviously, there is a lot of anti-monster bias. But I was saying that Fuse and Blumen got involved far too quickly, is that what you're saying? Rather than making any declarative statements of alliances. Some more truths will come out. So they're more... why not enter into a relationship quickly? Establish yourselves as a friendly nation. If it goes wrong, they're ruined. Just how bad is the Hurley Church? At least you know that they're not going to falter or betray anytime soon. They're only a small nation. He could have had a desk job, retired. No. There was no such future for him. Is now all of his reservations answered? Back to the happy-go-lucky laughing, maybe a tea party. I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that. But there's something else. Even in talks like these, we're having such a good day, we can be out enjoying or doing something else. But no, let's talk down to our father doing peace talks with leaders of other nations. Pretty. Does Rimuru really have much of a plan outside of just setting up a place, like his own village and town, making sure they're all safe? A world free of discrimination of monster kind. I guess. So, he's actually getting down, kneeling before him. That's just how much Rimuru impressed him. And they immediately follow suit. While Veldora just reads. That's a good screen. And now we've ended this on such a happy, smiling note. What's coming up? What's going to go wrong? Even half asleep, Gobter at least puts on the effort to pretend as though he knows what's happening. Yep. And you're not stopping there, are you? It's beginning. They will lend him their power. And something you don't want to do with okay, yeah, fair. There's been many a fight and battle throughout history where one side has been heavily outnumbered, but because of training and skill, they've succeeded and come out on top. Obviously, there is a limit. This This place really doesn't look as inviting as the Tempest Federation. So much like Rimru's soul collection of all of the soldiers, he's going after civilians as well. At least Rimru only targeted those that picked up the sword. I mean, it doesn't matter if they've got a pact if Clayman's not technically getting his hands dirty. Just getting the others to fight amongst themselves. History is written by the victors, it seems. Was he unaware of this? Her? Is it the one that I'm remembering? So he holds some sort of loyalty, but is it just possessive his stuff rather than thinking of anyone as actual people? Is he able to speak so openly? Milim is easy to control. Kind of. She's simple to understand, until you anger her, in which case... Impossible! He's the master of his own mind. He's the puppet master. No one can make him dance to their tune. But as was stated, who's really pulling the strings? And despite all of these talks, knowing that the world is in danger, everyone is on the brink of war. We can still have fun times, Children need to go to school. Potions need to be made. And Gobta needs his sleep. And there we have another successful talks. Setting up and establishing new friendly relations with more nations. Talking about how to get Yolm into power without much kickback. The trouble about, Tempest Federation is in dire peril. Everyone's going to be wiped out. There's no hope and everyone's going to die. Oh, wait a minute. She's just passed out because she saw Veldora. Panic's over everyone. You can all go home. She didn't know that he had the power of this great storm dragon behind him as well. And with all of the extra trouble that it's going to bring having Veldora as one of your comrades, you should probably, sit up and listen to one of these conversations once in a while. But with his power and influence itself, I don't think he has to trouble himself with the issues of the common riffraff, even if they happen to be kings of nations. And despite a slight animation error in the episode, everything went fairly smoothly. Rimuru's outburst of demon aura, well, kind of the same with Gazelle, but with King instead of demon, and the indication that more might be at play with Clayman than we know about. He may not be that final big bad at the end of it. He's actually dancing to someone else's tune. But what or who could that be? We're going to have to watch some more episodes to find out. Luckily, there's quite a few. And especially today, we're not done yet. So if you enjoyed this episode, even if there was much talking, let me know. Leaving a like and a comment down below really helps out my channel. And you don't want us to stay as a small nation like Belmont, do you? If you want to make sure not to miss out future videos, subscribe, turn on notifications. But for now, grab yourself some rest, read some manga, terrorize a small fairy. I'll see you in the next one. If you want the power to scare me out of my wits and remove all sense of hubris, consider joining onto my Patreon, because my patrons really give out a gravitas much greater than any storm dragon could muster. So I need to thank Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Girly, Kite, Soldiertron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow, 7899 and everyone else. Just try to hide your presence slightly because I don't really want to pass out.